Hello everyone, welcome to my page once again. So we are going to continue with our studies, and in this video I'm just going to make something pretty quick. In our previous discussions we've been forming chords using 3 strings, and then I have showed you all the various shapes, and then if I talk of various shapes, I'm talking in terms of the various inversions. Okay, as far as the triads are concerned. So I've showed you the various inversions on all the strings. So if you pick any 3 strings, you should be able to form a chord of a certain voicing. Do today is, and please, if today is your first time, I advise that you go back and then try as much as possible to watch all my videos. What my task is to help people who have not touched the instrument before and then have the passion to learn it. So this is a very good study for both anybody who wants to learn guitar or any other instrument, because the theories are basically the same. So if today is your first time and then you have the passion to learn instruments, even if you are an advanced instrumentalist, I believe you when you watch my videos and then you watch every video that I've posted, you're able to learn something new, because every instrumentalist has unique styles in them. So I would advise that you watch all my videos and then you hit the follow button as well to follow me, and then like, if you have any comments you can pass them to me. I'll read them and then reply you accordingly. So as far as my focus is concerned, I've taken my time to teach you 3 strings, or the concept about 3 strings. So we are going to build on that. We can use 4 strings or 5 strings as well. So in this case we can combine 2 or more inversions. Okay, so we have the root position inversion, and then we have the first inversion and second inversion. So we can combine any of the 2, okay, or we can still combine the 3 to form one chord. For instance, I can have this. Okay, this cycle comprises of 3 3 shapes. Okay, so we comprise of the root position chord, the first inversion, and the second inversion. So I can have this, and I can have a C major chord, which is correct. Alright, so the C major chord. In the same way, I can have 2 inversions occupying 4 strings. Okay, one thing that why I'm taking my time to break down all this is that I've watched several videos, every part, on the internet, and then I have not seen anybody taking time to take people through these steps, this process. And that is how I have come to understand the guitar or the instrument, systematic way of learning it. So once you take your time to do the right thing, you get a right basis, you get a right foundation. I think building on it wouldn't be troubling or maybe challenging. You understand? So what I have found in most instrumentalists is that if you don't get a music book, it's very difficult for them to even form a chord. I believe that after going through all that I've taught you, and then you've taken time to practice, I believe that you wouldn't need a chord book. You would form certain chords that you have never formed before, and then you'll be using them, and I will show you how to apply some chords. Okay, I'll show you how to apply most, especially the complex chords, the extended chords, how to apply them so that you make your music very beautiful. Okay, so by the time you are done with my course, I don't think you will need any music book, because you understand the theory itself, so you understand how to form the chord, and then you don't need any book to look on before you're able to form even a C chord or A minor chord. Okay, or G, a bar chord, every bar chord. So you wouldn't need chord book to show you positions. No. Okay, all right. So we are going to do that of 4 strings or 5 strings. So for now we are going to ignore the first string. Okay, we are going to ignore the first string, and then we are going to use the first one. So I locate my C here. Then sorry, the sixth string. So I'll locate my C. So I use the pinky. Don't forget that we had a triad like this. Okay, so for 4 strings, if I consider the E string, the A string, the D string, and then the G string, putting my pinky at the 8th fret on the 6th string, I can have a triad like this, and then I just add, because don't forget we had an inversion, one of the inversions like this for C major. So this is my C major chord, and then I can apply everything here like this. This is a C major chord. Don't play the last one. You can add the last one. I will come to that. Okay, I will come to that. That will give you a different chord. So I will come to that when you get to extended chords. So for now, ignore the last string. You can play the 5 strings like this. This is a C major chord. Okay, this is a C major chord. If you want it 3, you can do that. But this gives you the bass line as well. Okay, and I can have my D minor chord like this. You don't add the the second string, because the tuning goes forward. Okay, so unless your finger can reach this one, so since it's going to be difficult, that's why you need to use the 4 strings. So the minor ones are going to use 4 strings, while the major ones are going to use 5 strings. Okay, so I can have my E minor as well like this. Okay, so I'm combining the first and then the second, sorry, the root position chord and then the first inversion. So this, and then I add this one. So I press these 2 strings down. Okay, that's the 9th fret on the 4th string, the 9th fret on the 3rd string. I press them together, and then the 10th fret on the 5th string, and then the 12th fret on the 6th string. Okay, that's the shape of the minor. Alright, and then the major one is just the same like this one. So this F major chord, you can add the last one. Okay, and then you can have your G major chord. You can go like this. Sorry, so you can have your G major chord like this, or you can come here. Okay, I say ignore the last string. So okay, I know there's a shape like this if you add the last one, but ignore it for now. Or you can add it. So making this is a G, which many of you are familiar with. So this is a G major chord, but for now we are using 5 strings or 4. Okay, and then you can do that for 5 strings as well, so no problem. And then you can have your, that's your La, that takes 4 strings. Okay, and then you can have your T, and that is the B diminished chord. So that is pretty a bit, because we have this is the first inversion. Okay, this is the first inversion. The ring finger picks the 5th fret, 5th string, 3rd fret, 4th string, and then this one picks the longest finger picks the 4th fret, third string. Okay, and then so that one too, you can play it 5 strings because there's a re here. Okay, there's a re here. So the re, also the D, forms part of um the the chords or the note of B minor. Okay. Okay, so those are the. All right, so that is for the the top 5 strings. Okay, so I can go down. I can use the E string where we're going to forget the last string. Okay, the last E string. So you can use the 1 2 3 4 5. So 1 2 3 4. The first is second string, third string, up to the A string. So we had a C like this. So we can play like this, combine all the inversions. So you can play 5 strings or 4 strings like this. So diatonically we had this to be our minor. So don't forget that we had the first inversion like this, the shape like this. So that means my playing 4 strings is going to be like this shape. Okay, this one picks third, 4th string, 3rd fret, second, 3rd string, 2nd fret. Okay, and then this one, the ring finger takes the 2nd string, 3rd fret, so it becomes like this. And then I add the root, the bass line, which is D. I add the D on the 1st string. Okay, the same shape I can use for my E. So this is a E minor chord. Okay, because the second inversion we have something like this, and then the position chord we had good position chord we have something like this. So we combine the 2 inversions, giving us something like this. Now I can have my F major chord like this. Okay, so I press this. Okay, don't forget we had the second inversion like this, so I add this one to it. Okay, or you can add the last string to it. The same shape for our G, this G major chord we can add. Okay, and then obviously our La will take this shape, and don't forget that our T will took this shape. This one takes the 10th fret, 3rd string, 12th fret, 4th string, and then this one, the ring finger takes 12th fret, 2nd string. So then I add the root, that's the B, this is a B diminished chord, and then I have this. Okay, alright, so I do it again. Okay, simple as that. Alright, so we can also use if you are considering 4 strings, we can also use the 4th string, the 3rd string, 2nd, and then the 1st string. So we can have a do like this. Okay, you can have a do like this. Okay, and then we can have, don't forget that we played a re like this. We played a re like this. So playing this, we can have a shape like this. That is, your pinky takes the second string, third fret. This the ring finger takes the fourth string, third fret. The longest finger takes second fret, third string, and then this one takes the first fret, first string. Okay, I can have my right. So I can have my file like this. So this is the second impression. Okay, I can have my F major chord like this. I can have my G, same shape for my G major chord, or I can have a shape like this. This is also F major chord. Now we'll explain to you why is F major chord, and then the name. And also I can have another one like this. This is G major chord. Okay, this is G major chord. Alright, so I have my La. So same shape I use here. And then my T, I have a shape like this. So adding the roots, that means I'm going to have something like that. So I can have a shape, adding another string. That's not the root. This is the root. So T, so I'm going to have something like this. Okay, and then finally, so you have this again. Or we can have this. So this is the second inversion shape. Okay, second inversion shape. And like I have my La, and then my T, which is this. Then I have my Do. Alright, so you can keep on practicing, and then you just take any of the inversions, and then you add the bass lines to it. Now when you add the bass lines to it, the chord, you are going to have the same chord name, or perhaps it's going to have a certain a certain kind of chord by the same major chord. What am I saying? What I'm saying is we have something called compound chord or slash chords. Compound chord or slash chords. So what are compound chord or slash chords? They are chords which have their roots or the bass chords not being the tonic of the chord. So if right now what the key we've been playing all this while is what do you call it? C, right? The C. So that's the tonic. So the root is the tonic or the root. Okay, it's a C. Now you could see that with this chord, the root is C. So it's a C major chord. Now if I pick 8 other inversion, let's say the second inversion, the first inversion, which begins with a Mi or the E. Okay, the E of the tonic. We have a chord like this. This is also a C major chord, but the bass note is not C, it is E. So you call this C over E chord. C over E chord. So when you are writing it in musical terms, or most of the music, you see a slash. So they will write C slash E. Okay, backslash E. Okay, so it's C, it's read as C over E. That means that the bass line is E. So most of the inversions are slash chords. Okay, so the first inversion is a slash chord, the second inversion is a slash chord. So the first inversion of C major, what is this? Is E over C, and then the second inversion is J over C. Okay, so in the same way, like this one, this is the second what do you call the, so this one you got the F major chord, that is fine. Okay, so that is the position chord. But if you want to take it, let's say this is going to be the second inversion. So this is going to be the second inversion, which is no longer going to be a C. F is not on top of it. This we had F on top of it. Okay, this one there, it is not F, it is A. Okay, so this is going to be F over A. So this is also going to be J over B. So by the same C major, G major chord, but the bass note is not G. This one, the bass note is not F. So we call these chords compound chords or slash chords. Okay, compound chords or slash chords. All right. So those are the typical examples of. So for we can have A minor like this, another shape of, we can have A minor like this, because from this inversion. Okay, we can have this, and then this is also a minor chord, or it could as well be a major chord, which will come to that. It's a C6 major, a C6 chord. Okay, C6 chord, but it will come there when we are treating extensions. But for now we are treating slash chords or compound chords. So there's also going to be A minor over C. Okay, A minor over C. Or we can have the A minor chord with the bass being A. Have it as this. So depending on the kind of songs or the kind of progressions that you want to play, so you could use some of these things. This bass, there are songs that maybe it's a minor, what do you call it, the progression goes to let's say La, but you want the bass line to be a do of maybe of the tonic, or maybe a tonic, or a do of the main key that you are playing, for instance C. Okay, so you can use maybe a chord like this. It's an example I'm giving you. So you can use a chord like this to play, so that you fall within the song. Okay, that will be the right chord for you to play. All right, so the same thing applies to this. This is a re chord. Okay, it's a D minor chord over F, D minor, E minor over G. Okay, but it can as well be major chords if you pick the root from here. Okay, if you are taking the actual tonic from here, but we are considering it in the minor way, because we are not considering the tonic from here. Okay, but the bass line is not a tonic. Okay, this one is J, this one is the tonic. The bass line is F, but it's actually a D minor chord. It is also a E minor chord. That the tonic is E. This one, the tonic is D. So you can pick any of the chords and then you just try to change the bass lines and you just put down the name. Okay, so by the time you realize, you would have formed a lot of chords that you can't even imagine. So you see that you wouldn't need any chord book. You would form these chords and then you practice so that these chords, you will be well abreast with these chords. Okay, get used to, you familiarize yourself with them. So anytime you are in a band or in a playing it on your own or whichever concert that you find yourself, you can use some of these chords and then you sound beautifully. Okay, all right. So these are some of the tips that I wanted to give you today. So I've explained slash chords. I've given you little tips about combining two or more inversions in order to get more strings to play, to make your playing more heavy. Okay, to make your playing more heavy. So this is what I wanted to teach you today. Thanks for making time to watch my videos, and thanks a lot for following me.